That is correct, sir. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
Okay, and it's Skip, and welcome to my shop. I spent the last couple of weeks, well, the last 2 weeks at least, giving my shop a good cleaning and a decent reorganization. As you can see, you couldn't even walk on the floor anymore. I'm not totally finished yet. You can see my fume capture for my spray booth has not been hooked up yet, but I am getting there, and I'm anxious to start my next project. I did move my little portable paint booth, which has to be cleaned yet. It's pretty well clogged up from my last project, but I finally got my parts organizers placed in a place where I can reach them, and organized my tools. My bench is fairly cleaned off, and as you can see, things are actually somewhat organized for a change. Now we'll see how long that lasts. Knowing me, by the time I'm done shooting this film or this movie, this segment, things will be piled up again. Anyway, I thought maybe what I would do is I would introduce my next project. One of them I have been working on for quite a while, and that is the Lost in Space B9 robot. Now, that's in these boxes here. I have them all separated out in boxes because I've been working on it off and on, more off than on, for a very long time. And it's not the building of the kit that has been dragging my feet. It's the fact that I'm adding electronics to it. So I'm coming up a learning curve on that. And I just recently got a new type of Arduino board. It's actually an ESP, I don't know, 32 or something. It is new, and this one has a built-in camera, which is right here. It has built-in Wi-Fi. It has built-in Bluetooth, and it should be easier to do what I want to do with the robot. So I'm on the learning curve for doing that. You can see I have the electronics out, and actually this board here of electronics you've seen in a previous video, but it's going to go through some renovation, some rearrangement now that I have this other Arduino board. So what I am going to be doing is, since I'm working on the B9 robot, I thought I would right away do Robby, so I can get the glue, get out of the glue. I thought maybe I'd do Robby right away, and because the electronics that I would want to put in Robby are about the same as the ones that are going to go into the Lost in Space B9. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to do both of them at the same time. So let me get my camera on a tripod, because right now I'm hand holding it and just using the built-in microphone of the camera. So let me get it on there, and let me do a box opening on Robby. And I won't spend a lot of time, but let me do a box opening on Robby for you. All right, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here is Robby. This is naturally the robot from Forbidden Planet. If you have not seen Forbidden Planet, you really need to give it a watch. If you have any streaming services, it's streaming on at least one or two of the streaming services. You can just do a search for it. It's a really well done movie. But anyway, this is the movie poster edition. So it comes, Robby comes, and it comes with the figurine of the woman. And this is also by Polar Lights. Now, I know Polar Lights. I've built Polar Lights before. They're okay. There's nothing really wrong with them. Although I don't know that I'm going to have as much room in this robot as I might think in order to do lighting and stuff in it. The edges of the box, you could see here, is nothing much different on the edges of this box. And the back tells us a little bit of information about the robot and about Forbidden Planet, and it shows some more images and gives you some ideas that you have updated parts, and it's a movie poster edition. So what the whole thing is that you get a stand for the robot, and then you get a backdrop of the Forbidden title page on it. So anyway, let's open this guy up and see what's inside. I hope we're going to open it up. I had it open already. There we go. We'll just set that off to the side. And we have the instruction sheets here, which are laid out fairly nice. And I had this out because I always make copies of my instruction sheets, and I keep the originals intact. And any notes that I would want to be putting on during the build process, I put on the copy of the sheet. So it's a straightforward build. It doesn't look like it's going to be a big issue. Actually, the B9 is much more complicated, and that's okay. So we'll set that off to the side here, and let's take a look. So there are some clear parts to Robby, and I didn't take these out of the bag yet. So on the clear parts, I don't know if you can see here, this is his face shield, or his head, and then this right here is the mouth for him, and then there's also some head things that are actually going to be replaced with some what do you call it, not bare metal foil. It's going to be replaced with well, I'll get there. All right, I am at a loss for words right now, sorry. So anyway, so that's some clear parts, not many. And then there is also a chrome tree, and this one I will open. So let me get a knife here. And let me get this open. I was looking for the word photo etch before. So we have a chrome tree here, and it all looks fairly good. But again, I think some of this is going to get replaced with some of the photo etch. I believe these are going to get replaced with photo etch, and some of this stuff is going to be replaced. But it's looking okay. I'll put that back in the bag. And let me get I put the photo etch in here because I bought this when I bought the kit. So here's the photo etch for it, and as you can see, there are pieces. Some of those chrome pieces are actually going to be these guys right here. The mouth also gets some photo etch in it, and this is the rotating base, and I'm told by the instruction sheets that this will make him rotate a little bit better than if you just use the plastic. So I'm going to be using most, if not all, of this photo etch. All right, so let's get this out here. And again, I didn't even take this stuff out of the bags yet. So here we have what looks to be one of his hands, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be able to identify some of these parts as to what part of the robot they are, but we'll figure that out as we go along. I have no idea what these are. Again, we'll figure it out. Here we can see this is the torso of the woman and another one of his hands. And then this right here is the brain portion of Robby. And I have there's a lot of photo etch to make this brain piece look much better than just the plastic. And then this over here is the mouthpiece. And in order to get this to light up, this center piece here, and I really should have something to point with, I guess. And now that I'm cleaned up, I can actually maybe find what I want to point with here. Maybe. Oh, I'll use that. So this section right here needs to be cut out, and then that'll get backlit so that when he talks, you'll see the light moving on that, on it, blinking to the voice. All right, let's take this out of here. And here we have some more of the female parts. These are the arms, the legs. And, I'm not even sure I'm going to have him holding her. I haven't decided yet. I am going to assemble her. And I'm going to assemble her because I don't do people normally. I don't do humans, nor do I paint figures. So I figure I'm going to give it a try. And then here we got parts. This is the hair, the hairdo for the woman. I can't remember her name. Isn't that terrible? And I saw the movie not too long ago again, and I don't know why I can't remember her name. And then here is Robby's legs. So there's no way I was going to get this to walk because everything is solid molded. But some of those photo etch parts are going here at the pivot points, which should make that better. I'm also wondering what color. Now Robby is what looks to be black, but it's more of a metallic black. So I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit as to what color I'm gonna use for Robby. And then let's see here what we got. So this is definitely more of the base area, and this is where his arms attach. That's for sure. And this is where the chest plate will attach. And there'll be some lighting behind this, so I may be cutting some of this out just so that the lighting can come through in here. And I hope there's going to be enough room to mount the electronics that I want to put on it. And then over here we have some more arms for the lady. Looks like some more hair, and her face is right here. And then this looks like his feet. I'm pretty sure that's Robby's feet, and not quite sure what that piece is. And then we got one more tree in here. And in this tree is the base. And I'm glad he has a base because, you know, I may be able to mount the electronics in the base itself, because looking at the feet that were on this, I doubt whether he's going to be self-standing or be able to stand. The B9 robot from Lost in Space can be self-standing, but it looks like this will work out really well. And you know what? This will be a newbie for me also, because I've really never painted like an earthy type or planet alien type surface. So that'll be interesting. There is some cleanup to do on here, but again, nothing much. Actually, all the parts were pretty clean so far. And then we have his actual lower half. This is the lower half of his head. His head comes up here. The clear piece. That head goes here, and then this is his mouth area and stuff. So, oh, and did I lose signal? Okay, there we go. So this will be his top portion, his body portion, and I know that the mouth goes in here, and then that area that I said gets a lot of the photo etch goes in here, because that's where the computer actually sets. Hit Robby's computer, that is, not the one I'll be using. All right, so that's that. And then in the box, they gave us some roundup cards here and roundup models, showcase type thing. But at the bottom here is the poster board that will go, or supposed to go, on the back of that base. And so I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, but anyway, that's that. So that's what I'm going to be working on the next couple of weeks probably, because I'm still working out the electronics on it. And with the new microprocessor board that I've got a little bit of a learning curve. It's very, very similar to the Arduino boards, which I'm very familiar with, but there's some new stuff on this new board that I really need to come up the curve on. So anyway, I wanted to just do a video and let you know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this one before I start the USAC project, because like I said, the B9 robot has been on my bench, or I should say on and off my bench, for at least a year now, at least. And you can go back and look at some of the videos I've done on the B9 and what I've been trying to do on that, because that's going to be fully lit, and also we'll talk. And I'd like to get Robby to talk also, but we'll see whether there's physical room to have that done. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and so I thought I'd just do this little update. You could check out the same build process on my website. It's skipsmessyworkbench.com. It's all one word, .com. It's a secured website. It's a static website, which means there's no moving, nothing moving around. You can't reply to anything on it, because I do my own website, and although I understand website development, I don't spend a lot of time putting all kinds of fancy stuff on it. So you can check it out there. I will be doing some update videos during this process, both for the assembly, the painting, but also for the electronics, because I had a few people contact me when I was working on the B9 and the last couple of videos that I did on it about the electronics part of it, because they want to add it to theirs also. So if you guys had contacted me, or gals, I don't know who, I don't remember who it was anymore, but if you contacted me about information, I didn't forget you. In fact, I have you guys marked down in one of my logbooks, so that when I do get things ironed out electronically, I will make sure that you get notification of that, so that you can do it. And I may put this out on GitHub, but I'm not going to promise that yet. And those of you who are just straight model builders may not know what GitHub is, but it's a repository for program code, because most of what is going to operate this robot, speech and lighting, is going to be done with a microprocessor. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and just wanted to do you that update. So I appreciate you watching. If you got this far, I appreciate it. And do me a favor, give me a like. Not just helps me, but it also helps the whole hobby, because it makes people more aware of us builders and of us content creators for model building. So give it a like. If you are not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. And it's absolutely free, no charge whatsoever. And I don't produce many videos, so it's not like I'm going to be in your face. You can turn on the bell to be notified anytime I give or I release a video. Like I said, you're not going to get overly overwhelmed with me, because I produce one a month maybe. And also, I'm on YouTube. Naturally, you're probably watching this, but I also am on Rumble, and my Rumble channel is also Skip's Messy Workbench. I did that because, well, I don't particularly like some of the things that YouTube is up to these days. It's not going to affect me, but I don't know. I just don't like it. So I mirror my YouTube channel out on Rumble also. Anyway, I'm going to start rambling if I don't end this. So again, I thank you for watching, and if I don't see you, which I probably won't because it's only 10 days away, I hope everybody has a very, very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year. And I'll probably see you in 2026. So till then, be safe, enjoy the holidays, and I will see you then. Bye.